So, Zenless Zone Zero comes out tomorrow, and I think it's worth just kind of talking about it, just sort of talking about, am I going to be playing it? How long do I think I'll be playing it? Do I think I'll enjoy it? And just some of those questions, because it's always an interesting time when a new game comes out, especially recently, you know, a new Gacha game, you know. I've been playing Star Rail, I've been playing Wuthering Waves since it came out, and now I'm going to be playing Zenless when it comes out, and I just kind of want to give my thoughts on how I feel about the game. Are there going to be things I might like, things I might not like? You know, we're just going to get into it. So let's start off with my initial thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero, because I feel like this game has a lot of really sort of like interesting elements to it and things that I think a lot of people are kind of so-so about at the moment, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on what I think about the game right now. I think it'll be good. I do. There's a couple characters that are kind of piquing my interest. You know, the Ben Bigger, Grace Howard, a lot of the Bellabog heavy industries. In fact, I would say all of them are incredible. You've got the Cunning Hares, which are cool too. And I do think that there are a lot of really good elements to the game. However, I am a little bit worried about the future. And I think we'll get onto that in a second. I think that a lot of the characters are good. Some of them really just aren't my kind of vibe. So, like, you've got ones like Victoria Housekeeping Company. I like Von Lycan. I like Ellen, and I think, like, Corin and Rena are cool, but, like, it's not my kind of vibe. They've recently just announced some of the new characters for the new faction, the Sons of Caledon. That's just not my vibe, like, at all. Those kind of characters are characters I avoid with a 10-foot barge pole, because absolutely not. However, this game isn't just for me. And that's something I feel like a lot of people need to realize, is that these games are not just for one specific person. There are people who like the kind of, like, you know, the Victoria Housekeeping Company vibe as a whole. Yeah, there are going to be some people that really like characters like Zhu Yuan, who I said was just, like, okay. And that's fine. I'm here to play for the characters that I like. A lot of the characters that I like, if I'm right, I think you just get given, which is really, really good. The first 5-star I get will very much determine how much I play this game. Simple as. I really do think it is a case of, if I get Neko Mata, I'm not playing this game all that much. I'll keep it real, man. I do not want her in the slightest, and if I get her, I'm just never gonna use her. I'll break my account, I don't really care. I really do think that a lot of people are looking for, like, a game with a lot of good combat, and I do think that there is gonna be good combat. I've looked at a little bit of how the game runs. I think it's, I don't know, similar enough to kind of like Wuthering Waves, but different enough to where it's going to be something different for me, and that's good, because, you know, I really don't want just Wuthering Waves, but done by Hoyo. I want something different, and because as much as I love Wuthering Waves, I do feel like I need something different right now, and I think Zenless is going to be that thing when it drops, that I'm going to be playing for a little bit. I will be going through the entire story, and I'll be highlighting it as I did with Wuthering Waves. I'll be doing the first hour, and I'll be trying to go through as much of the 1.0 story as humanly possible. If the game gets boring, I will skip things. It's just how it is. I will skip story. I don't care, because my time is now divided between, like, what, Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Zenless, life in general, WWE 2K. I've got a lot on my plate, so if the Zenless story isn't good, oh my god. Like, this game is so character-oriented, like, you can tell that they're selling the game purely on characters, and I really like that, because there's a lot of good characters, I think. That if the story isn't good, why do we care about these characters, and why would people pull for these characters? That's the big thing for me. If the characters aren't good, then what are we doing here? What are we genuinely doing here? Because it's just not gonna go well. I want to talk about the pulls. I really do. What was it? They're saying that you get 100 free pulls. Is that just from getting the game? Like, we're getting 100 pulls straight away? Like, or is it gonna be 100 pulls through completing the story, and then some that are just given to you for free? Because if I can guarantee myself a 5-star in the first, like, few days, then that will make for a good video of just being able to save up all my summons until I can get to the point where I can get that first 5-star. Because last time, what I did for Wuthering Waves was I did it gradually as time went on, just in case I got the 5-star in like a temple. If I'm able to get my first 5-star quickly, it will very much tell me whether or not I'm going to enjoy the game fully or not. And I know that's a bit weird. I know people are going to go, oh, but surely you should enjoy the game, like, regardless. Again, I'm very character oriented when it comes to this game specifically, and I didn't really care as much for Wuthering because I was like, I could probably get used to whatever 5-star I got. However, with this game being so character oriented and with the focus being heavily on the characters, because I've seen a lot more character marketing for this than I have any sort of like gameplay really. Like, if you look on their Twitter, it's just a lot of like, we're promoting Ellen and we're promoting the new characters, Lucy and Piper, who I really don't like. Character posters, character posts. Not a lot of gameplay. And whilst they have shown gameplay, and whilst I think it's very, very good, again, this game is selling itself off of aesthetic and characters. So if the characters aren't good, if the story isn't good, if nothing vibes, then that's a big problem. And I do think that those first few days, and especially the 1.0 story, is going to be very telling of what we can expect in the future. Do I think it will be bad? No, I hope that it's not bad, but I think the one big element is I'm going to say something that might be a little bit controversial, and if that is the case, then you're just gonna have to listen to me, right? You're just gonna have to hear me out for a second. We have characters like Von Lycan, we have characters like Ben, and now we have characters like Lucy and Piper. Please, for the love of God, can Zenless not be one of these games? You know exactly what I'm on about. You know exactly what I'm thinking. I don't want to say it. I really don't want this game to cater to, like, really specific audiences. I mean, we've even got Ellen for, you know, specific audiences as well. I really hope that's not the case, and I really hope that we start getting some characters that are just, like, standard characters, you know, characters like Grace, Nicole. I mean, Billy's a cyborg, but he's basically just a human, pretty much. I'm fine with them selling characters like that. You know, it's just a small child, right? That's a biker. That's kind of cool. But you know, can we not go down this avenue of that is all we're gonna do, and that's all we're gonna sell as 5 stars. I don't even know who the limited banners are for the first little bit. Let me see if I can find them. Do we even know? Like, is this information that we have, or is this just like something that we're just gonna have to wait until we actually get the game for? So I see Zhu Yuan, and I'm also seeing Ellen, which makes me think these are the first two. I feel like Ellen, maybe for me. Zhu Yuan has Ben on her banner, and I kind of want to get that man to like as high a refinement as possible, because I really want to use Ben. It's going to be interesting. I feel like right now there aren't many 5 stars apart from the standard banner ones I'm really interested in, and that's fine. Like, you know, let me save up my summons, you know. I don't have to spend a single summon until there's actually a character I really, really want to use, and that's cool, right? Like, that's more than okay, and that's actually a way better thing for me, because like right now I'm saving up for Chang-Li on Wuthering Waves, and I have a lot of summons saved up. Because, you know, this is how I roll, you know, if I don't like a character, if I don't want a character, especially early on, then I don't go for the character. There's no point, and I've said this so many times, but if you're new here, this is my philosophy. There is no point, early game, especially early game, getting a character because they are good. Get a character because you like them, get a character because you want them, not because they're like the best meta option. Power creep exists, it will always exist. That character will only be as good as the devs want them to be, because they'll just make a character that's better, and if you've spent money on it because it's a good character, you know, there are some characters that are incredibly niche that you can just pick up. I still know nothing about the kits, really. I really want to go into this game blind, to be honest. I just want to go into it blind, have a good time, figure things out on my own. Because I kind of did that with Wuthering. Like, I learned a little bit about the game, but I didn't learn, like, enough to where I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I just went off vibes, and that seems to be working out for me. So Zenless isn't going to be any different, really. I'm just going to learn as we go on, and I think that's fine. So, my overall thoughts of Zenless. Do I think it will be good? I think it will be decent. Do I think I'll be playing it after a month? Because I'm going to be playing it for 1 month, guaranteed. Whatever happens, happens. And I'll be doing the I've played Zenless for 1 month, and here are my thoughts. So, I'll be playing it at least until August 4th. Do I think I'll be playing it afterwards? I don't know. I really don't. This is a game where I'm like, this is make or break. The characters that I like aren't good in terms of like character and story. I'm just gonna skip this game. Like, I'll keep it real with you, man. Like, I felt this way with Wuthering, and then Chong-Li came out, and then, like, you know, Kaocharo exists, etc. Like, really good characters, and, like, Yuan Wu, and Alto, and Encore. So maybe, like, you know, when I actually play the game, there'll be some characters I didn't like at first that I'm actually really gonna like when I pick it up. But please, for the love of God, Hoyo, do not give me Nekomata. Please do not. Do not give me Nekomata. I'm pronouncing it two different ways here. Well, welcome to Gacha Night. That's how I do things. Please don't give me her. Please. Just don't. Just don't. I don't know. Give me Grace. Give me Grace Howard. You know, just please, man. I think the game will be good. I honestly don't know how it's gonna do, because I know people always talk about, like, oh, is it gonna be better than, like, Wuthering Waves in terms of sales? Maybe. It's launch. If they start with Ellen, or Ellen comes out at, like, the end of July, then yeah, sure. I don't know if Zhu Yuan's going to do all that well, but, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Ellen, Zhu Yuan. Let me know what you think about Zenless in the comments, and yeah, I'll be around to play the game. See ya!